So we're coming back in time, back from the future, to Nikki. So we had a night out at Băneasa, Pădurea Băneasa, which is, by the way, surely 10 minutes walking from here, the limit of the forest, to reach the restaurant. If walking, that would be more, that would be maybe half an hour. By car, it's 10 minutes today, weekend, Saturday. Very close. Anyway, so we had that dinner out, the four of us. I was the leading evil, devil, Daniel. Vrei pe mine? Hai. Daniel, who was supposed to be with Nikki, dating Nikki, and then Nicole. However, we soon found that there was something magnetic, whatever, between yours truly and Nikki. And therefore, forget Daniel, forget Nicole. We continued together. There were some little fights after that with Nicole, but since she anyway had this plan to become a German citizen, marry this guy, which she probably did in the meantime, I had this liberty, or at least I thought so. She wasn't very keen on that. Maybe she wanted to continue in a sort of a ménage à trois, keeping me as a side dish, or I don't know. The fact is, soon after this, because I had quite a lucrative, well, I didn't know how lucrative it was, but something which was in demand. I had this thing with the Arab group, with Daniel, sharing some good money at the coast in Neptune, in the vicinity of the Ceausescu residence, actually, as I mentioned in a previous episode, let's call it. So since I had this sign of generosity from our superiors, Lucia was her name, however, I was assigned something much less interesting in professional terms. Covasna. Covasna is a spa. I mentioned I had the experience. I had to travel and work to places like Stanik Moldova, Căciulata, where in fact I had met Nicole, Felix, where I did meet, I have met some very interesting women, but they were not alone there, and if they were, they had either no interest in me, or they just had boyfriends, husbands, fiances, not with them. Stai cumva in the small place, in the spa, but still they had a connection that would interfere. So Felix was the place where I had to buy sex. I had to pay in cigarettes, actually, Kent cigarettes. I can't remember how much, it doesn't really matter. But in a way it is interesting, because if I try and calculate, cigarettes were like hard currency, precious, wanted. But how much could I give to make it like, let's say today's On an average, it's $30 or so. So did I give her let's forget that. Forget about it, in the wise words of Tony Brasco, aka Johnny Depp. So Covasna was different from this, let's call it, sexual point of view, because professionally it was boring. It was a place where you had to take care of older people, taking care of their health with springs, with massage, with whatever procedures they had there. Many procedures, actually. The air, the location, which was near mountains, a nice place. Hungarian speaking population, by the way. Always an interesting experience for me. I enjoyed that. I mean, I'm not nationalistic and look down on this minority. It's the other way around. I feel they are better. They keep things better. They're cleaner. They were, I don't know now, I haven't been in a while, but it should be about the same, with the caveat that their political leaders are not, I don't like what they do. In fact, it's despicable what they do. They've been in cahoots with the Red Plague, where corrupt the ones that have kept this country down for so long. So in that they are responsible. But as for the community, well, so in Covasna there was quite some sex. In fact, I remember one incident where this girl was so open. She was young, she was still a virgin, and I said, okay, let's not change that. But if you're still interested, and you want, there are other ways. So you can have this kind of sex, this kind of sex, and yeah, you choose if you want. And she said, okay, let's do that. Let's have the alternative, and we did. And even if it was not for a long time, maybe 10 days, maybe 3 weeks, there were 3 women there with whom I had sex, and one of them was we kept in touch. So when I came back sometime later, I know I called, and we would be intimate again. Now Nikki called. She called me in Covasna. I told her where I will be. It was not difficult. It was easy to find the guide. Hai mă, urcă-te. Urcă-te. Urcă-te odată. Haide. Look, he's... Haide. And I don't like him being there because cats roam around this place. And if they pee, let's say, on these stones and he takes them from down there, well, that's not good, as you can imagine. So she called, asking for the guide for the for the Israelis, because Israelis they were. She would get me, and it was easier for her to kill somehow, because her father was a director, a manager, somewhere high in a hierarchy of the Ministry of Post, Telephones and Communications, or something like that it was called. A very harsh man. He thought he keeps his daughters immaculate, and he kept Nikki a virgin. I don't know about the other girl. I don't remember her name, actually, the sister. But Nikki was still trying and doing some things which father wouldn't like. Що би темперлик має сказати? Pishki, pishki, pishki. Yeah, so it was to begin with an affair that was not so demanding, but there would be an increasing tension because she would not have sex, and that was something of a problem. Even if, as I said, she would call it Covasna, and we talked a lot and realized that we would want to be together. And at the same time, I was having sex there with 3 girls, and so this offered a sort of an opportunity, a liberty. Okay, you don't have sex with me, but then I will have sex with others. That's clear, isn't it? But still, maybe more about this tomorrow. It was not absolute fun. Always. She was spectacular. She was with Nicole. I mentioned that, and I will repeat it. She was probably the best looking girl I've ever seen, including the beauty queen.